Okay, just out for a couple of hours today. Been out a few times recently, haven't found anything at all to film or to write home about. Plenty of junk, but a little bit more hopeful today. As you can see, back out on my favourite field. The crops are beginning to come through, but I've got this kind of band that goes all the way around. That never, when they put the seed in, never took to the soil, and so it's a bit of a failed area. And in fact, if you look across there, there's patches where it hasn't taken. But we're back here today and we're going to give it a bash, see what we can get. A nice belting signal, and it looks to me like a part of a horse brass, I should imagine. I don't know, but perhaps somebody could give me an idea. There's a bit broken off down the bottom, and it was down a good 9 inches, and so that looks to me like a horse brass. And I've been up and down this piece of field so many times and yet still finding stuff, and you think, how on earth I missed that before? No idea, but it looks like a piece of a horse brass. Okay, on to the next. Well, I don't know what this is. Down there about 4 inches, and it's decorated. I don't know if you can see that, but on the back there is a tiny little piece attached at the top there, and I think this is either a mount or something that would have gone on. It wouldn't have gone on a horse harness or anything like that. It would have been attached to maybe to a tunic or something like that. Either that or it's a clothes hook. I'm going to try and clean it up and see if I can find out exactly what it is. It's only about just over a centimetre in diameter, just over a centimetre, something like that, and it's got some decoration on the front, so that's quite interesting. But we'll research that, see what we can come up with. Okay, on to the next. Well, down there, 4 or 5 inches, one tiny little Tudor button, no decoration on it, tiny Tudor dress button, something like that. Okay, on to the next. Down here, I don't know, about 6 inches. I thought it was another casket key, but I don't think it is. Might be a key of some sort, but it's quite modern, I think. Nothing, no age to it at all. But it's a find. On to the next. Haven't done a live dig for a long time, so we'll see what we've got here. And I can see it straight away. I don't think it's very much. It's a piece of twisted copper. At least I don't think it's anything. Nah. If anything, I think that's quite modern. Okay, on to the next. Well, I don't know if you can see it. It's down here, and it's a big ugly button. Oh well. Okay, on to the next. Down here about 4 inches. Wow. I was going to say buckle, but that is definitely not a part of a buckle. Quite ornate, some markings across the top there. It may be a buckle, but I seriously doubt if it's a part of a buckle. I'll check that out later, see what I can find, and have a look on some of the sites, see what's around. But that, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, we'll check it out later and see what we can find. Okay, on to the next. Okay, down here, another signal, and oh, wow, what is that? I think it's a watch winder, but I've never found one like that before. wow, it's a watch winder, and there's a stone in the middle there, but it's missing the other side. So it would have been some sort of opaque stone, and it's a bit bashed, but that I think is a watch winder. Now that's either Georgian or maybe a little bit more modern, possibly Victorian or something like that, but I'm assuming that that is a watch winder. I'll check that out, and I'll come back to you. Okay, on to the next. Okay, down about 6 inches we have what looks to me like a part of a shoe buckle. Yeah, you can see the hole through for the pin that would have gone across, and that's just a part of a buckle. Very nice. Okay, coming in at 72 down here. Gonna do a live dig, see what we've got. Okay, it's in the clump here. Okay, there it is. Let's have a look what we've got. Oh my goodness, what's this? It's a button. Okay, on to the next. Just under the surface here, have what it looks like a penny or a halfpenny. A halfpenny. I'll just have to clean up. On to the next. Down here, I don't know, about 4 inches. Now that is either just a simple part of a hook, and I've seen some like that with the little bar up there, and they would be screwed into the wall. Either that, or that is a Roman lock pin. I think it's just a simple hook with the which would have been the screw on the end, and you'd have screwed it into the wall, and it would have had a little hook on it there. That, I think, is what that is, but we'll check it out and we'll come back to you at the end. Well, down here about 3-4 inches came up this little thimble. I don't think it's particularly that old. I would say 18th, 19th century, something like that. But we'll check it out, and it'll be up on a photograph on this clip. Okay, on to the next. I don't know, what would that be, about 4 inches, something like that. We have a part of a buckle. Haven't taken it out of the soil yet. Don't want to break it in anyway. Oh, there you go. It's part of a buckle. I don't know, maybe Tudor. Gave 54 on the numbers. Not much design on it, but there's a line, a recess that goes all the way around the middle of it, and you can see where the pin would go through there. And yeah, quite a nice buckle. Pity it wasn't complete, but we're happy with that. Another good find. Okay, on to the next. Down here somewhere, a signal. Oh, I can see it. Oh my goodness, it's a tiny little pistol ball. There you go. I was only thinking this morning, it's been ages since I found a musket ball or a pistol ball, and here we have one tiny little pistol ball. Okay, on to the next. Down here, 3-4 inches, we have a part of a buckle, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, for the life of me I can't think of what type it is, but I'll put a description up and a photograph at the side of this clip, and but that's what it is. It's part of a buckle. Very nice. Okay, on to the next. Down here, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. It looks like a pistol bullet. Not that old, I don't think. Maybe 1800, something like that. Can't imagine it being much older than that. Anyway, okay, on to the next. Down here, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, a tiny little Tudor button. And that's the second one I found. The other one was earlier on, and just a tiny little Tudor dress button. I'm not digging, as you can see, I'm not digging too deep because the kind of crop has not failed, but it's very patchy. But I'm trying to not dig too deep where the seeds are starting to sprout, and keeping it very much on the surface. And so I'm digging stuff that's relatively shallow. If I do get a deep signal when it's away from some of the seeds, then that's fine. But I'm not digging too deep. The settings I'm using today are day is fast, and I take the disc right down to 0, sensitivity right up to 93. The ground balance is relatively low here. It's around about 76 at the moment, and then I take the frequency down to 12 full tones, and because I'm a bit Mutt and Jeff, I have the volume up to 6 and 7. So that's the settings I'm using and have used consistently over this field, and it's yielding plenty of finds. So anyway, on to the next. Down here looks like a part of a buckle. Yeah, I think it's part of a buckle. It's the it's got the same design as the one that I found earlier, with the ridge all the way, or the recess all the way around it, but it's a different thickness to that one. But that's what it is, part of a buckle.